Hello everybody and welcome to the Game House. I'm Rob, and if this is your first time here, welcome. I am trying to bring you guys Pokemon content on a daily basis, and today we've got news that I'm very excited about, some things that I think are pointing us in the right direction for some certain games, Pokemon ZA, that we've been waiting on, also Pokemon TCG Pocket, and even some of the leak things that we have been hearing about in this Terra leak for the last few weeks. So if you guys are interested in Pokemon content, Pokemon news, Let's Plays, a tier list that comes out every Saturday, make sure that you hit that like and subscribe button so that you're not missing out on any of it. And then also let me know in the comments section below which project or which, I guess, new announcement are you most excited about when it comes to Pokemon. But let's stop wasting time. Let's hop into this here. The first one is going to be that there was an update from the Pokemon Company on Pokemon TCG Pocket, the game that's taking the world by storm right now. It's been interesting to see this compared to when Pokemon Go was really big. Obviously, two very different styles of games, but if Pokemon has its name attached to it, generally people are going to give it a try, and this one's been really interesting to see, and they confirmed that we're going to be getting a new booster pack before the end of the year. This had been data mined, so I'm not really surprised, to say the least, but it is nice to know that they're going to, continuously be updating it, and considering the game's making them at least $3 million a day, that's at least what we heard last time they gave us an update about it, it seems likely that they would want to put more effort into this and continue to try to keep everybody's attention on it and everybody, at least giving it a shot, right? It's also been told that we are going to be getting the ability to trade certain cards in January at the very beginning of next year. And what's really interesting about this is I've seen a few different tweets about this. I've seen a few different opinions about this, or I don't know, maybe they're informed opinions, but it sounds like we're not going to be able to necessarily trade rare cards, which is a little strange to me. That I guess maybe they're trying to keep people from using multiple phones to complete their collections. I don't really know. That still feels a little scummy to me, if I'm being honest with you, but it is good to know that we'll finally be able to trade. Like, that was one of the big things that actually drew me to this was, hey, I may not be able to connect with people in my local area over cards, but if it's all online, then that'll give me an ability to trade with some of my friends. And it brings back a little bit of the feels for me for when I was a kid with like red and blue and gold and silver. So I will have to watch out for that. I don't know why they would put a blocker up, or hopefully not a paywall, for the type of trading that we're going to be able to do, but it does feel like that may end up being the case, so we'll just have to watch for it. You guys will have to let me know what you think about it, but I am excited for the ability to be able to trade, but I'm most excited for the opportunity to start opening up some new packs and see some new Pokemon cards that will be coming out. But we still have more. In the last few days, the Pokemon Works was announced, and this was something that we thought would come with a little bit more fanfare. In the Terra leaks, we had heard that there was some sort of multiplayer game in development, potentially going to be coming out next year, and the Pokemon Works seemingly is giving us exactly that. They are going to be working on some sort of multiplayer game with the company that made Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, I believe, and that brings about it some feelings for a lot of people. A lot of people didn't love the Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl remakes. They just didn't feel like it worked very well. I thought graphically it was pretty interesting, so they had to work with what they were given, and they didn't really get to upgrade it. It sounds like they just wanted a carbon copy, one-for-one remake of those two iconic games, and that's what we got. So I'm gonna wait to hold my judgment on this game until we actually get a real look at it. It's still strange that they didn't really do much to announce it. I have a feeling we're gonna hear a lot more about it on Pokemon Day next year, or if we get a Pokemon Presents before the end of this year. Something I actually talked about in a past video. If you guys have a second and want to jump over to that after this video, you'll see kind of where I think we may be going in terms of a Pokemon Presents either in the next 2 months or the next 4 months. That's kind of where my prediction's at. Obviously, we're not going to go past Pokemon Day without a Pokemon Presents, but I think this will be one of the big games that they are going to be announcing, and it could be interesting. We saw a lot in these Terra leaks of games that just never made it out of kind of the R&D phase, the research and development phase, right? They tested things out pretty substantially to the fact where they had artwork for it, they had gameplay for it, they had a ton of things that were available for these games. And the fact that this one's been announced makes me think that there's a very good chance that we are going to actually see this one come, to light, to, be a part of the new, the Pokemon game catalog. So I'm very excited about that one. And this was, so I was checking on Reddit, and that's where I found the Ilka, I believe, announcement. The last one, and potentially the one that almost everybody's been waiting for, we got Pokemon Legends ZA leaks. Not news, not anything of significance, but we did get what looks to be an advertisement of some sort that's attached to, I think it may be attached to a chip bag. I don't really know what kind of food products necessarily they have in Japan. I've got a general idea, but I'd be totally guessing and pulling something out of thin air. But it looks like a chip bag to me, and it's got Pokemon Legends ZA. It's got, some writing at the top. It's got a QR code, which apparently takes you to the Nintendo Switch announcement of Pokemon Legends ZA. And it has some extra information down here that I thought was interesting. It's got 2025, and when I saw this, I was like, oh, did we get a leak of the date? Is that what's going to be coming? Unfortunately not. Kolash Arc on Twitter translated it for us, and it said, here's all the stuff about the food, I guess. I'm not really too concerned about that, but it said, new in the Pocket Monster series, Pokemon Legends ZA, 2025 global release. So, look, they made some advertisements for it, if I remember correctly. Riddler Coup, who has been questionable at times, believed that they were supposed to be promoting it this month, and I'd even heard that they were going to be promoting it last month. I still am of the belief that the reason why we're not getting much more information is because of the Nintendo Switch 2. I think they're waiting to announce it. We could even maybe see something at the Game Awards near the end of the year for them to make their big announcement when there are just a ton of people watching, and I'm sure Nintendo's winning a few different awards for the last, Legend of Zelda game, all that kind of stuff. It wouldn't really surprise me to see some of that stuff there, but that may be the first time that we get to hear anything new. And I'm really wondering, because the Nintendo Switch announcement, when it gets revealed, is going to be a lot. They're not just going to show what it is, but they're going to show the games that are going to be coming with it. And they haven't, there's not been really anything about a new Super Smash Brothers, which, as far as I can remember, at almost every major launch of a mainline Nintendo product or console, there has been a new Super Smash Brothers, even if it wasn't really that different from, the one that had just come out a few years before it. So the fact that we haven't heard anything for that, and the fact that there was just a brand new Legend of Zelda game, in the last year or so, and a new, Legend of Zelda with Zelda actually being the main character, all of that just makes me believe that Pokemon might be the cornerstone project of that, the flag, I don't remember what you want to call it, the flagship one for their launch. So it may be why we're not getting anything about Legends ZA, and I'm hoping that with things being printed with announcements, that means that we should be getting something soon. I'm really hoping it'll be in the next 2 months. I'm just not so sure that it won't be, we have to wait until the end of February. So a lot of crazy, interesting things that I think have been happening over in the Pokemon world. We've obviously had a ton of the Terra leaks. I covered that a little bit on my articles on the Game House, but I've mostly stayed away from it just a little bit because I'm a little bit afraid of, what the Pokemon Banhammer could end up being, based on it, having some very personal details for people getting leaked. So I've tried to stay away from it a little bit, but let me know if there's other things you guys would like to know about. If there's other news that you see, make sure to tell me in the comment section below, and I'll make sure to talk about it and get it out there. I'll obviously make sure to give you credit for it as well for pointing me in the right direction. But I appreciate it if you made it this far. Make sure to check out some of our other series if you like sports, if you like esports, and if you like games. gaming and specifically Pokemon, you should be hitting that like and subscribe button because we're trying to put out content almost every single day to make sure that you have something fun and new and interesting to watch. So thank you for watching, and with that, guys, I will catch you on the next one.